Number 7. Hallelujah, everybody. Hallelujah. What are my 3 root letters here? Hey, Lamed, Lamed. All right. And that means I have a shurik on the back end. Now, shurik on the back side of a verb root could be a number of different things, couldn't it? Let's just think through that for a minute. Actually, here, pull up your inflectional prefixes and suffixes handout, the one with the 3 boxes for all the forms, and let's just see, where do we find shurik? Okay, so in the perfect conjugation, if there's a shurik as a personal ending, where is it? It's only in the 3CP form, right? Now, what about the first common plural? That's got a shurik at the end, doesn't it? That's right, but nu and shurik are both together part of the personal ending. It isn't just shurik, okay? So you got to watch that. If shurik comes after root 3, then it's not a first common plural, right? It's just a third common plural. Okay, in the imperfect, do I have any shuriks at the end of those? 3MP and 2FP. Okay, so you see those? So 3MP and 2MP. All right. And then the WCIs and justives would be the same person and numbers here, right? The 3MP and 2MP, they're the same. Cohortatives don't have any shuriks. Do the imperatives have any shuriks? Do you see them? Yeah. 2MP, right? 2MP. All right. And then participles do not take shurik for an ending, right? So there are excuse me. There are 3 places where I am looking for identifying that shurik. Okay, so perfect 3CP, imperfect 3MP, 2FP. I'm sorry, 3MP, 2MP, and then the WCI possibilities, and then imperative 2MP here. Okay. Okay, so here I have hallelujah. Notice there is no prefix before root 1. So which of those possibilities can I eliminate right off the bat? Because we said perfect, imperfect, and imperative were possibilities with the shurik ending. The imperfect, right? Because the imperfect always has nutty prefixes, and there ain't no nutty prefixes here. So it's either the perfect or the imperative. Now, let's real quickly look at the rest of the form. Is there anything here that can tell me about the stem, first of all? That's right, Dagesh forte in root 2. So I know this is a PL or a pual, perfect or imperative. Look at the vowel under root 1 to know, is it PL or pual? It's got to be PL, can't be pual. Now the last question then is, in the PL stem, which conjugation pattern takes the A vowel and which one takes the I vowel? I have perfect and imperative. Here, pull up your principal part sheet, okay? On the handout, which one of these PL forms has the I-class vowel? This is the perfect here, the first one, right? And the imperative was right here. So which one gets I under root 1? The perfect does. Okay, perfect gets the I. In fact, is the I vowel in any of the other forms in the PL? No. Under root 1 and all PL forms, once I'm past the perfect, all of root 1 vowels are pathak. You see that? In every situation. The only time I ever see the I of PL under root 1 is in the perfect. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the homework again. So with hallelujah, this must be the PL what? Perfect or imperative? It's imperative. And if it's imperative, what is the shurik ending on an imperative? 2MP. That's it. Okay? So this is a command to which kind of people? You men. All right? And what am I telling you men to do? In the PL, what does halal mean? To praise. Okay? So this is a command. Praise. Praise. Okay? Hallelujah. In the Hebrew Bible, This is followed by the word Yah. Hallelujah. What does that mean? Praise the Lord. Praise Yah. Okay, good. Now with number 8, I have the same 3 root letters, the same doubling dot in root 2. So that is PL or Pual, right? I have the same Shurik on the back side. The Keurig here under root 1 tells me it's which one of these, PL or Pual? PL. And which conjugation pattern takes in the PL a Keurig under root 1? The PL perfect. And if it's a perfect, then what's the Shurik doing? What person gender number is that? 3CP. So how am I going to translate Hilalu? They, and the perfect is usually what time frame? Past. So they praised. Okay? These are both PL, so the subject is doing the praising, right? The y'all is supposed to praise, and they did praise here. All right. Now let's look at number 9. I have Kadosh. Say that with me. Kadosh. Okay. What are my 3 root letters here? Kof, Dalet, Shin. Good. Now look at number 2. Is there anything in there that's going to help you with the parsing? Is that a Dagesh Forte? Could it be a Dagesh Lene in that consonant? Well, objectively speaking, that consonant can take a Dagesh Lene. How do we know it's not? There is a vowel before it and it's still there, which means it's a Dagesh Forte. Okay, so PL or Pual possibility with that Dagesh Forte in root 2. Look at the A vowel under root 1. Which of these must it be? It must be PL, because Puals don't take A-class vowels. They only take U-class. Good. Now, here's the last thing I got to look at. I got to take a look at that Holam Vav here. Which PL conjugation has this vowel pointing? The A under root 1 and the Holam Vav with root 2? Okay, infinitive absolute. Let's look at your principal parts and confirm that we've figured this out properly. My last 2 forms in my principal parts are the infinitives. The infinitive construct is first here, and the infinitive absolute is second. Okay? So that's PA code. Do we have that vowel pattern? Doubling in root 2, short A, Holam Vav, right? So sure enough, we have an infinitive absolute here. How do I translate an infinitive absolute? I don't usually know until I see it in a sentence, right? So in English, we'll just use the infinitive to do what? What is the Cal meaning of the verb kadash or kadesh? To be holy. So when we make it PL, it's to make to be holy, which is to sanctify, consecrate, so forth, okay? So there you go. We'll just do sanctify here. All right, good. Now look at number 10. I have mukudashot. Everybody, mukudashot. Do you see the root letters here? Kof, Dalet, Shin. Do you see the doubling dot in root 2? So this must be what? PL or Pual. Look at the vowel pointing here. Root 1 has a what vowel class? That's U class, so this must be Pual. Okay, now, I have a prefix mem in front. I have ot on the back side. If I see a Pual with a mem prefix, what is that? That is a participle. What about a PL? Does the PL have a mem prefix too? It does. What about the Hifil? The Hifil has a mem prefix. The Hofal? It does as well. In other words, all participles have prefix mems except the Cal and Nifal participle. Okay? So get used to that mem prefix. Anytime you see it before root 1, participle, participle, participle. Okay? Now participles have which kind of endings? These are the adjective endings. So do you see the oat? Which adjective ending is oat? Feminine, plural. Excellent. And then again, let me jot those root letters down. Kof, dalet, shin. Okay, so I've got my parsing done. Now the question here is, how do I translate this? The PL of this verb, kadesh, means to sanctify. So the pual, which is what we have here, is to be sanctified, right? How am I going to translate this as a participle? If it were PL, then whatever the participle describes is doing the sanctifying. If it's pual, then whatever it's describing is being sanctified or has been sanctified. Okay? So what would be a way to translate this? If it's a passive participle and pual's going to be the passive of the PL, I'm going to use the ed, t, or en kind of form, right? Well, think sanctify, and how do I manipulate the ending? Do I use en, sanctifen, sanctifying? I say sanctified, right? I take the y and change it to an I and add ed. Sanctified. Like, if I had something like, I don't know, ha, na, shim, what's that mean? The women. What gender are women? Yes, hopefully they're womanly women, right? Hanashim, the women, ha mukudashot. What kind of participle is that? Attributive, predicate, or substantival? It's attributive. It follows the noun, agrees with the noun in gender, number, and definiteness. So what kind of women are these? Sanctified women. So that's how you translate this. The women, the sanctified, are the sanctified women. Or you could use a relative clause, the women who are sanctified. Or if the time frame is past, the women who were sanctified. Okay? Now look at number 11. I have mukadeshot. Mukadeshot, say that. Mukadeshot, same 3 root letters. Prefix mem here. Doubling in where? Root 2. So I know this is PL or pual, don't I? I know the mem tells me it's a participle. The oat tells me it's what gender and number? Feminine plural. What's the only difference between these two forms in 10 and 11? The vowel class under root 1. That is an A class vowel, so which of these is it, PL or pual? It's PL, exactly. So how am I going to translate this? Not sanctified, but sanctifying, because the PL is active. I'm going to use the ing form, sanctifying. Okay? So if I were to use this as an attributive participle, I could have something like ha anashim ha mukadeshot. How would I translate that? What kind of men are these? Sanctifying men. The sanctifying men. The men who are sanctifying. Okay? I'm sorry, that wouldn't work. That should be ha nashim, not ha nashim. Sorry. So it's the women, the sanctifying women, the women who are sanctifying. What would I be expecting here? Probably some sort of a direct object, right? So here, you remember ha kelim? What's that? The vessels, exactly. So this would be the women, the sanctifying the vessels. How would you translate that into English? The women who are sanctifying the vessels. Or if you were German, you would say, Sie sanctifying the vessels, women. Okay? That would be good German. All right. Number 12, real quickly. We have Vai Kadesh. Say that. Vaikadesh. All right. 3 root letters. Do you see them? Yod, Kof, Dalet, right? No. There we go. What do you see in root 2? Doubling. So this is a PL or a Pual. Do you see the Va here in front of the Yod prefix, right? So what does that tell you? This is a WCI. And then the vowel under root 1 is a class. So which of these two is it? It's PL. And then with the prefix Yod and no ending, it's 3MS. Okay? All right. Now, how would I translate this? He, Vayiktols or WCIs are always what time frame? Past. So he sanctified. It's PL, so it's active. He sanctified. Now, I want to just make one comment about this form because there is something missing that you would like to see, right? A WCI should not only have a pathak under the Vav, but what else? I want a Dagesh Forte in the Yod. Have we talked about the Squinim Levy letters? We have. Remember Squinim Levy? This is in play here. Squinim Levi is also the memory word for it. What do these stand for? Yod, Vav, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Kof, and S is sibilants, which are the hissing consonants. What's the issue with Squinim Levy letters? If I have a Dagesh Forte inside and a vocal Shava under it, which one of these two usually gets lost? The Dagesh Forte drops out, then my vocal Shava becomes silent, usually, because I've got a short vowel before it. So I wanted to see a Dagesh Forte here, but it drops out due to the vocal Shava. Va Yukadesh becomes Vaikadesh. All right? So there you go. Yes?
In the example that we had for
Vayifaked. Yeah. I leave that Dagesh Forte in there for 2 reasons. One, because even though frequently the Dagesh Forte falls out, it doesn't absolutely have to. And 2, if I didn't put it in your paradigm, you wouldn't remember that the WCI usually gets that Dagesh Forte there. All right? But just be aware, sometimes you're going to have Dagesh Fortes missing where you usually would want them to be there. And that's why.